But let's get in some more trading recommendations going. Sameet Chauhan, who's joining in from Angel Broking, as well as Manish Sharma of Destimony Securities, join us on the show with the top trading ideas. Sameet, first to you. Tell us, when the markets are doing so well, which stocks would you be betting on?
Good morning, Kamya. Yes, we have two buy recommendations in our list. The first one would be from the OMC space. The overall OMC space has undergone a strong corrective move in last few months. We believe that HPCL could be a good opportunity buying at current level by keeping a stop loss of 761 for a target of 820. The recent correction from this in HPCL precisely halted around its 78% retracement level. Yesterday's candle can be called as a bullish hammer pattern. Thus, looking at the overall chart structure and positive placement of momentum oscillator, we expect immediate surge in HPCL. Second recommendation would be Reliance Industries. For a target of 890, it can be bought with a stop loss of 823. Recently, stock have corrected substantially from the levels of 960, 980. However, with a medium to long-term perspective, we are observing a strong support around 800, 820. The stock consolidated within a range of 820 to 870 for nearly 3 weeks, and yesterday's candle can be now called as a bullish hammer pattern. If we look at the daily chart structure, the daily RSS movement has given a positive crossover. Looking at the overall hourly chart structure, we expect this momentum to continue on the upside, and hence our target would be 890. Our third recommendation would be to short Reliance Capital for a target of 312 with a stop loss of 45. The stock corrected from the levels of 400 to 250. This particular down move has now retraced precisely by 61.8%. If we look at Monday's candle, it can be termed as a shooting star pattern. This pattern has occurred at a strong resistance zone. Hence, going forward, we expect immediate correction in Reliance Capital. However, looking at the overall market scenario, we advise traders to short this stock on a bounce towards 333, 335. That makes a very good risk to reward ratio, and for a target of 312 in Reliance Capital.
Okay, thanks, Sameet, for those ideas. Manish Sharma also gave out his recommendations a little while back. He has a sell on Indiabulls Housing Finance. Stop loss that has been put out at 745 with a target of 670 coming in on that counter. He has a buy on CEAT with a stop loss of 1100 and a target of 1180. And he has a buy on Maharaja Batteries with a stop loss of 910 and a target of 990. Okay, now shifting from equities to commodities, and Manisha Gupta, commodities editor, joins in with a quick perspective on what's happening in that universe, as also strategies that our viewers can benefit from. Manisha.
Thank you so much for that, Tanveer. Well, the commodity markets also are awaiting the Fed meeting in the next week. Markets also are watching out for the China data this week. So ahead of that, there's a lot of choppiness that has continued into the markets. Gold and silver prices to start with are trading quite flat. Yesterday, we hit a 2.5-week lows. But in the market today, you have seen some buying coming in. It also is the rupee calculations which keep impacting the prices. So on your screens, flat to slightly green is how we are trading in that space. When it comes to the crude oil prices, well, they continue to be very volatile, 4% a piece of a movement every single day in this week as well. And today we are looking at some flat moves there. It is this Gulf oil ministers meeting on Thursday. And ahead of that, this space also is expected to see some gains coming in. The base metal sector is one which has seen constant gains for last couple of sessions now. And the markets are looking at further strength coming in for a couple of more days. How do you trade that space? For that, let's get in Sumit Bagaria. He joins us live on the show with his strategies on that sector. Sumit, hi, welcome. What's your sense now coming in for the gold prices? Very choppy, within a range though, and most of the people still betting that the prices will perhaps break below $1,100 per ounce.
Well, hi, good morning, Manisha. Well, as far as gold is concerned, I think that gold overall scenario for gold long term it's weak, and we're expecting a correction in gold in the long-term time horizon. So for trading perspective, I think one can initiate sell position in gold at around current market price. That means at around 26,460 levels when it comes to MCX. And on higher side for trading perspective, one can initiate one can maintain a stop loss of around 26,570. And on downside, we are expecting in short term to gold to test levels of around 26,300 and a close below 26,300 will take it to 26,100 levels. As far as COMEX levels are concerned, 1110 would be a support zone for COMEX gold. Once if it breaks 1110, then we can see levels of around 1050 again in a time horizon of next 1 to 2 months. So overall scenario on gold looks weak to me.
Sumit, also, how are you looking at the base metal space? Because the last couple of days have been good. We've seen some bargain buying on the lower side. Markets also are expecting further stimulus coming in from China. Do you think that could be a supportive factor in the days to come?
Well, see, Manisha, as far as the base metals are concerned, from past couple of days we have seen a small pullback rally in base metals. But for a longer term horizon, till the time the China matter doesn't get clear and till the time that China doesn't come out of the recessionary scenario, as far as the scenario which is going on in China, it seems that base metals for a longer term horizon would remain weak. But for a trading perspective, as far as short-term view is concerned, from past 2 to 3 days, we have seen a good pullback rally in base metals. So for a trading perspective, I think among base metals, one can pick up the lead commodity to trade in. One can initiate a long position in lead at current market price with the stop loss to be placed at 111 rupees for the initial target of 116. And on 3 to 4 days perspective, we can see levels of around 117 also. But this would again be a very short-term call, as overall scenario on base metals looks weak to me. So for the time horizon of 3 to 6 months, we are expecting a sell-off and correction in base metals. So higher levels should be used as selling opportunity. But at present levels for 2 to 3 days, one can initiate a long position with a stop loss.
Fair point there. Thank you so much, Sumit, for coming by and giving us your strategies. So near term slightly bullish for metals, longer term still some weakness could come in. But for the day today, there's a buy on lead and sell on gold is how he wants to trade commodities. With that, it's back to you, Kamya.
Okay, Manisha, thanks very much for getting us a check on the commodity space as well as some strategies from that space. But there's an ET Now alert for the Nikkei, which has seen a biggest gain since 2008 and 7% of an uptick coming in for Nikkei. As we started the session, Nikkei was up in trade by about 4%, and clearly the buying is only intensifying there as at this point of time. Good going for the Asian markets, and in specific Nikkei gaining more than 1,000 points, so 1,343 points added to its gains for the Nikkei. Well, here's a quick disclaimer from our end. Please do consult your financial advisor before taking any positions in the stocks. And with that, would like to take time out to thank each of our guests for sharing their top trading ideas with us on Traders 20.